Welcome to Behind Shop Doors for part 2 of our exclusive visit to Surf City Graphics. In this episode, we're diving deeper into what makes this Huntington Beach wrap shop tick. We'll discover how they land high-profile government accounts, check out their must-have wrap tools, and have a candid chat with their graphic designer about why customers sometimes turn out to be their own worst enemy. Don't miss it. So you started college, graduated
Correct.
with a design type of degree, and then
Right.
you went and you worked at a sign shop,
Correct.
right? So you worked at a sign shop for a while, managing it,
Correct.
and then there was a jump from that to, hey, let's start our own business.
Correct.
But you did that by subleasing, right? Because
Right.
that's an excellent way to get into having your own shop if you don't have the funds to sign your own lease.
That's the way to do it. Low overhead. You gotta have low overhead because you just never know. You might be busy one month, next month you have nothing. So you have to keep it consistent, low overhead, sublease if you can from someone else. Split the rent, split the insurance, and
Yeah.
then you have to start off competitive. So we went back to serving. She was at Yucatan Grill in Seal Beach, and then I went to BJ's in Huntington Beach, and we're serving. So we're working at the shop, serving from whatever 5 to 12 to 1 o'clock, and then going home on the weekends. And then I was working on the website SEO for the company for years. Anytime I had free time, I was on the computer doing the website or some type of SEO. So there's a lot of work that you have to put into a business when you first start. Obviously, we need to live. You have to make money, but you have to find other means because you're not going to become rich right away. There's no.
Some amazing projects over the years. I personally have seen them on Instagram. I know a lot of people have. What has been like the most memorable project, vehicle wrap project that you've ever done?
I absolutely love classic cars, vintage cars. We're in the epicenter of classic cars and hot rods. So it's been a complete blessing and extremely grateful for working with these hot rod builders that embrace vehicle wraps, because they're all about doing paint jobs. But Brian from Mackey's Hot Rods really took us under his wing, said, hey, let's work together. Let's do something cool, especially for like Sailor Jerry, Spiced Rum. We did a few wraps for them. And we did this really cool Impala lowrider wrap for them, where we used pinstriping and we used some flash artwork from Sailor Jerry. And he wanted to look like a paint job. So, we did some airbrushing, some drop shadows, and we used some sparkle lamination to throw on top so it looks like a legit lowrider, and we really confused a couple of painters and pinstripers, and when I was driving by, they actually thought I was painted. And even when they're up close, they thought it was actually painted on. So one of the really fun ones that we did with our friends, Vinyl Vixen and Mike from Rapsish, was the Shockwave. It was a 70-foot Trimaran racing sailboat that we wrapped in full chrome. So we used, 8 to 10 rolls of chrome. So we did red chrome, and then we did silver chrome, and we did some vinyl decal overlays on top. So that took over a month.
Wow.
But that was one of the most challenging and exciting, and
During the air.
it was tough. It was a test, but it was one of the most gratifying wraps for sure when it was done, because it traveled around the world and it stood up to the test of time. And they did some regattas, so races. They did, I think, 3 or 4 during COVID. They're supposed to do around 10, but it went literally around the whole world. They went down to Bahamas and then eventually to Italy to race, and it lasted the whole time. So pretty cool.
Wow. So the racing boat, insane. I remember that project. I remember seeing the progress on Instagram. This is next level stuff. I mean, we're talking chrome, not good conditions because you're out in the humidity, but you
Right.
guys killed it. All of y'all.
Well,
April,
wanna
what
hear
is
it?
your favorite project?
It was a hippie bus.
Yeah. That was fun.
And it was one of those where we ended up driving, was it San Francisco?
Let's start.
So when I worked on the design, and I had to make it so that the design completely wrapped around the RV, but at times you had to figure it out while you were wrapping. Like you would do the design, but then you'd be like, oh, that's not going to work out that way. So I'm going to cut this way because you're going to overlap it this way. And it was a crazy night.
The whole week was crazy. The whole thing was crazy.
Wow.
The full size RV. So you're looking
RV,
at
like a 40 foot?
50 foot RV that they used for a documentary called Gone de Pot. So it's an English documentary. It was really cool, but they needed to film. So we had to design, like she said, we designed till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Next day we printed it, and then we jumped in my truck, called Rap Tech Anthony, And then the rest of our crew, we're like, we're going to San Francisco. He flew over there, and we wrapped it in 2 days. And we spent the night in RV for 2 hours.
Wow.
The fun
Oh, you slept 2 hours? Is that what
yeah. But
Maybe 2 hours.
That's like
That's
no
crazy.
sleep, no,
Those-
like you felt gross, no shower or anything. You're just like,
GSD, baby.
that's
That's right.
You're done.
All day long.
It's kind of weird when you talk about that because, like, on a surface, somebody who's not in the industry, somebody who doesn't love cars and wraps would be like, oh, that's a lot. But for somebody who's passionate about it, who enjoys what they do, it's like awesome to be challenged. You get to travel.
Yeah.
You're in beautiful San Francisco. Well, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Certain parts are beautiful, but like, it's just crazy because that story, it just like, resonates with you because it was a time where you knocked it out of the park and you did it in a really crazy time frame. So sometimes those projects that are just out of left field, the spontaneity of it, if you're willing to step up to the challenge, it will be one of your favorite projects of all time then, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Really cool.
you have to learn everything. And if you're running a business, you really have to learn every aspect of every part of the shop. You really do. If you're not installing it, at least maybe take a class to understand the dynamics, right? So even pay to get some of your crew trained, maybe through 3M or Avery or other. It's amazing now with Wrap Institute, with Justin Pate. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. The industry is so amazing now. There's so many different tools you can use to learn how to wrap, how to design, how to print. And it's really cool. People like you, thank you for coming out here and really expanding the wrap industry. You guys are amazing. So it's all about paying it forward, teaching other wrap shops, expanding the industry because it's fun. We're doing arts and crafts all day long, but you do have the business side.
Exactly. The arts and crafts all day long. That's another way to put it. Well, I want to tell you, thank you so much for the compliment. And it is true. There's just so many resources out there for somebody who wants to learn the craft and wants to learn how to wrap. You can do it. So one thing I wanted to ask you, a tough question. What is the toughest part about being a wrap shop owner? And what's the best part?
Best part and hardest part would be customers and employees.
Wait, customers are on which side of that angle? And best or
Customers and employees.
both
It's
sides.
both sides. It's both sides. It's people. People are the best part about a business by far, and the hardest part. And that's why it's so satisfying. They love to work. Yeah, that's the thing. They love to come in and work and put out a good service, good customer service, and good graphic design, good admin and customer service over here with Audrey, and then also with our installers and our production crew. So, I mean, everyone just loves to be here. They love to work, but at the same time, it's hard, right? Because you do have people that sometimes bump heads. I mean, we don't really have to worry about calling or people coming in sick because they love to work and take care of themselves. But it is hard, right? And then you got the customer side, just because you want to make them happy. You want to make them happy with pricing. You want to make them happy with the job that we actually give them. So, it's hard because sometimes you can't make everyone happy, and you got to go through the process of
unrealistic expectations.
Yes, and then putting out fires. But it's the most gratifying because if you can do that, if you can make your employees happy, if you can make your customers happy, that's what really drives us to really keep going and pushing.
It makes your work rewarding, right?
Yeah.
If not only are you happy, but the people who work with you, your team is happy, right? Because you that's really the environment that you want to foster in a good shop is like everybody there for a common goal and everybody just happy and doing what they love. So
It's all about having fun too.
yeah, so let's have more fun.
Out here?
We do. No footprints on the ground. I just vacuumed.
It's so funny.
Cool.
So back to the
Tool bag. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you definitely want to be organized and you want a really nice tool bag that's going to last you a long time.
There are certain things you keep in there that make sense for California.
Yes, 100%. So first off, make sure you have all your cleaning tools, right? That's really, really important. We like to use a soapy water mix. Dawn works out really good. We really like using the Mother's Speed Clay Bar. This works really good. This takes off all the contaminants on the car.
Can I see that?
It works really well.
I haven't seen one of these. So You use this for vehicles?
Yeah, that one's a little bit used, but yeah, we used it for vehicles.
But what I mean is like, so this is like a clay ball.
Yes,
Kind of
just
the same
like
idea.
flavor. It's the same exact idea.
You're a little wet and
Right.
scrub it.
Yep, a little
Cool.
soapy water,
Okay.
and that takes up all the contaminants. So if the alcohol, the 70-30 with the isopropyl alcohol doesn't work well, you want to definitely clean it with a little bit of soap, especially if the car hasn't been washed for a long time or the boat. It takes all that off and it takes out really fast.
Yeah.
Really, really efficient. So it saves you a lot of time.
That's from McGuire's, you said.
That's for mothers.
Mothers. Okay.
Yeah, for the mothers. Also have sunscreen. Really important.
Good idea.
Really important.
Right.
And then if things get a little dark or if you're underneath the car, lighting is really important, especially at my age.
Yes. Readers in there also?
Not yet. Not yet. It's getting there.
Mine are.
It's getting there. So this is really, really handy. If I can figure out how to turn it off. It's got a sensor on it. Laser detector. So when you're post heating, you want to make sure that you post heat to around 180 to 200 degrees. It's really important to post heat when the job's done. So I have this, and depending on the surface you wrap, right, fiberglass versus metal versus aluminum, it's gonna change how fast you actually post heat.
Right.
So if you have this, you can kind of test it out. You can put it away, and then you can post heat the rest of the car.
Cool. So you use that just to kind of get an idea of how fast you can be.
Yeah, you can't just guess.
Right.
Once you guys start getting good enough, I'm sure most of the wrap installers that are good enough that are very proficient, they stop using it, but I still use it once in a while just to make sure I'm still hitting it correctly.
Right.
So it's really important to have a really good tool pouch. This is something that you literally wear, you sleep 24/7. This is something that we have on us all the time when we're wrapping. Sometimes we do take it off because we don't want to scratch the car or scratch the wrap vinyl. Music, huge for us. Gotta have music. Most of the time, if you're not in the wrap shop and doing mobile installs, we love music. It gets us in the groove, makes the job more fun, and actually helps me focus.
Cool.
Squeegees. Like April was saying, she kind of sticks to one particular squeegee. I like a couple different variations. So you have this other squeegee over here made by Cobra. It's got a lot of flex, right? So this is really good for curves. It also has this rubberized edge, so it kind of catches more of the film versus sliding with the Teflon. So we use blades. We use Alpha blades. So it's really nice, Alpha blades. And then we also use, I believe these are called NK cutters. These are really cool because this is metal, this is plastic. So if you ever have to run across an edge, you're running across with the plastic side, it's not going to scratch the car, boat, or the surface that you're wrapping on. So this is really cool. And another cool part about it is it holds, I think about 6 blades.
5, 6.
So it's really nice because you can snap them off and then you can get another blade and then you don't have to actually stop working and lose momentum. So I love that.
So we use blade cages, I assume.
Yes, blade cage. Our good friend Lewis made the blade cage. Absolutely amazing. He's also another wrap installer, one of the best. And he made the blade cage. You don't want to snap the blade off.
Sandals back here either.
Yeah, no sandals.
Even though it's Surf City.
Yeah.
I had to fight that.
So some rules.
When we first started, I was doing some installs in flip-flops. I'm like, well, maybe this doesn't look professional. So let's get the tennis shoes on.
Yeah, safety is number one, right?
So this is kind of like your side, and then it kind of goes.
Yeah, a little bit like that.
My favorite tool is this tucking tool. I swear it does wonders. This gets like little wrinkles, I don't know how, or around corners. It is great.
Is that a wrap tool that you bought, or is that something repurposed? Yeah.
Yes, it's a wrap tool.
Yes, Yellow Tools makes that.
Yellow tool. We're missing grease pencils, but usually grease pencils are. Oh, there it is. There's the grease pencil.
So what do you do with those?
So it's for lining up so that, it's easy to reposition the vinyl and you know where it's going.
Okay, so if you're like putting panels on the side of a car, you can like
make a mark for line up.
Yeah. Okay.
And it just wipes right off. So you don't have to deal with the mess. And wrap gloves, I actually like the Paint is Dead wrap glove just because for a female, it's a lot more fitted to the hand. The other ones are small, but yet they're a little more baggy. So I like it to be fitted more.
That's just kind of one of those personal preferences.
Yeah.
Whatever glove fits you best.
And some knifeless is good for cutting, so you don't have to cut on the car.
That works really good.
Intricate shapes and designs.
Yeah, it's next level for sure.
I've got some of these.
Mhm.
And these are pretty cool.
Yes.
People probably don't know this. These are wrap sticks, right? Yellow Tools makes these.
Mhm.
They are magnetic.
Mhm.
So if you're working on a vehicle and you're doing something, your tool stays right there. You don't lose it. So I always thought that was a really good idea.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
genius.
indeed.
Helps you register the graphics, the lineup. So after you prep the car, lighting up the car is one of the most important things. You want to make sure that you line up and you register your graphics properly. So magnets are really good. These are more of a low tack magnets, which are really nice. And then you have the more aggressive, which is the stug magnets. So these are really, really, really strong, and these work out really well. So these are kind of our favorite wrap
Do you have like
tools.
a favorite tool that I mean, like you literally can't wrap a car without? Is there anything you gotta have? For you, it's that. Yeah.
I love them, but it's definitely one of my favorites.
Wrap glove. My hands are oily naturally, so I have to have a wrap glove.
Hey?
Yes.
So this is pretty cool. Huntington Beach Police. How
Very
often are you like turning out these police vehicle wraps?
Once in a while, they do get crashed quite a bit.
So what are we doing exactly to it?
This is called spot graphics. So sometimes we'll wrap the car white, so it turns into a black and white. We'll wrap the roof. We'll wrap this, and we'll do spot graphic overlays.
Remember you
Oh,
said
yeah.
there was a website?
Yes.
There was a website
Yes.
that you can find government contracts
Yes,
or
correct.
government job requests. This is really cool. Like to have residual work just coming in based off a contract that you want is pretty awesome. Can you tell me like how you see that they even needed that work done? Was there like a website or like what do you do?
Yeah, so Planet Bids is really neat. So you sign off online, and it depends on the city and also the county. So what happens is after you sign up on Planet Bids and you basically put which cities and counties you want to take care of and service, they'll send you an email blast saying, hey, we have 10 cop cars, we need a bid. So you bid on it. If you win the bid, you win the contract. So it's really cool. And we've done everything from public library cars, cop cars, the RV wrap for another city. So it's pretty cool. You can log on, you can see what's available, or you can log on and you can sign up, and then you'll be on the mailing list. And then what they do is they send you bids quite a bit, and some I pick and some I don't.
And clearly your work stands for itself. I mean, there's a reason why you're winning the bids,
Thank you.
but it's actually really nice that you shared that about having that Planet Bid to be able to like log in your city, and because I think everybody should get the opportunity to try. If it's
Right.
in their wheelhouse, if they can kick out the
Yeah.
work, like why not?
Yeah, it's really neat, and it just opens up more opportunity. They'll keep calling you. For
Awesome.
bids, yeah.
Really cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Crystal, so you're graphic designers here at Surf City Graphics. So awesome. So I have to ask you, as a designer, what is the most frustrating part of being a graphic designer?
The most frustrating part, I'd say, would be when the clients don't provide me enough assets or information for me to get their design and their vision started. They want, a wrap for their commercial vehicle or their personal vehicle. And that's all the information
Oh my
that they want to wrap. So that's where I have to start digging, and sometimes I don't get all the answers to my questions. So that part can be a little frustrating. But
Oh my gosh. So as a designer on your end, it's like asking more questions, but as a customer, they're just digging their hole deeper, because if they would just communicate via email of what they want, then it's gonna save time, money, everything.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes they ask them for more information, like, what colors do you want to use, what fonts, and they hit me with you're the designer.
Ah.
And it's like,
I hate that. It's like,
Oh,
okay,
goodness.
am I a mind reader too?
Yeah.
Because
I can design something. I'm not sure if it's going to be your style, fit your company, but
or the dreaded, make it look cool.
yeah.
Okay, I'll make it look cool.
Yeah, cool for me, right?
Exactly. What's the best part about being a graphic designer?
I like seeing the process of my
Mhm.
artwork coming to life, but my absolute favorite part is when the customer picks it up. When I get to see the reaction and see like, wow, this is my car that like I envisioned, and everything that they want come to life. The customer and for me as well, because I created it, I get to see, my project come to life.
How exciting.
And see it in 3D instead of designing on a 2D surface.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so some good tips would be to provide examples.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I typically like to ask for is inspiration photos of previous wraps out in the wild or on Google, something similar that we can recreate. I also like to ask for colors, fonts, their logo, particularly if it's going to be a commercial wrap.
Another really good question I would love to ask you is, what are the best file types for a vehicle wrap?
I prefer to work with vectors as outlined or font files provided in case I need to add more text or descriptions. I find that PDF vector files work the best.
When you design it, like, even comes to life more.
It does. Working with the computer, everything's flat, 2D surface. So when you get to walk around the entire car, see all the lineups of the graphics, it's really rewarding because you put in all that work to make sure everything fits perfectly. See it come to life is just a great feeling, and to share that with the client as well is even better.
That is so awesome, bringing art to life. So Mike, I heard that you guys have something really cool and unique, and I would love to see it.
Yeah, a Wall of Fame, and got some cool projects I want to show you guys and some inspiration that we have. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Take a look.
Yeah, so we have some inspiration over here from a couple artists I love. So we have a hot rod builder, Chip Foose. He's one of my favorite artists. So
Is that a vehicle that you did?
we have Drew Brophy. He's one of my favorite artists growing up. He's the epitome of surf art. So he's actually one of the most famous surf artists in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this particular piece here is like something that he did that's a reproduction. He
Right.
signed it?
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
signed it.
goodness.
Yeah. We did a wrap on his car, and then we went over and made sure that he approved the wrap, and they absolutely loved it. He said it's one of his favorite wraps he's ever seen. And then he signed a couple pieces of the artwork, and I told him how much of an inspiration he was when I was younger and today, still to this day. So yeah, amazing surf artist. He definitely kind of led the way for surf art for the community and for the world, and it's just absolutely amazing. Drew and Brophy worked together.
It all blends together so well, that emphasis on the SoCal surfer culture. I love how you continue to have aspects of that throughout your shop, and just really brand who you guys are. It's so awesome that you tapped into that.
And here's our crew when we wrapped the Hedman Hustler. So what was really cool is Mackey's Hot Rods, which is right over here. They came to us and they said, hey, we want to reduplicate the Hedman Hustler from 1969. So it's a Ford Maverick, and they gave us a bunch of photos from the Hot Rod magazine. And we basically had to redesign the whole thing from scratch. So Madison did an amazing job. She made the Hedman Hustler. It's kind of hard to see in this photo, but she actually made the Hedman Hustler look like it was airbrushed, and then redesigned all the logos to make them look like they're from 1969. Wow. The whole thing was wrapped white, and then we end up wrapping the red with the cut graphic overlays on top, including the stripes. So
that is insane. So this actually looks like a vintage photo.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah, I made it look a little vintage. This is Greg Duff. Unfortunately, he passed away racing, but this is actually one of my favorite boats that we ever did, as well as the orange one that we did. This was printed on a 3M silver metallic film, so it's got a really nice depth and metallic feel to it, and it's got a lot of candy. So laminated with a gloss lamination, it actually looks like it was painted. So also did an amazing job. And then we printed it out and installed it on the boat, and the boat goes a little over 100 miles an hour, and the wrap lasted the whole time it was on there. So
wow.
So it is possible to wrap boats and sprinter boats, and as long as you do the right procedures and seal all the edges, then you should be fine. Here is a sign we did for Chip Foose Design, right up the street. And another project we worked with Chip Foose for MagnaFlow. So we made a stencil for the back that says Revolver, and then their airbrusher came in and airbrushed to make it look like it was a beveled graphic in the tailgate. So that was really, really cool.
This one I remember from RapsCon.
Yeah, Raps Party, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that one.
So this is for Capital Crux, and he's always wanted a bobblehead on top of this really cool box van. And it's a satin wrap with a really cool green heavy gloss metallic film with a pearlescent. So you got the satin with the green with the pearlescent. It's a really good color combo. So yeah,
it was epic. I just remember how it stood out.
That's really cool.
That's so cool.
That's another
what was
build.
the advertising?
It was medical marijuana.
Oh, okay. I was like,
yeah,
okay,
that's the joint. but
That's so
it's really
cool.
cool. Mackey's Hot Rods did an amazing job. He got the bobblehead done, I believe, from someone that actually makes animatronics from Disneyland, I believe.
Oh,
Don't quote me
wow.
on it. But the eyes move, the sunglasses move, the joint actually smokes and lights up. So coming down here is one of my favorite drag racers, Jimmy G from racetrans.com. Is actually absolutely amazing guy. He wanted to rebrand his whole look that he had for his car before it had flames, and he's like, I really want travel, so gave us a little sponsorship opportunity over here. But we did this one on also metallic Avery lamination film on top of the 1105 Easy RS. So that one came out really, really cool. We all wrapped it, and then we did a color change on this right here.
Wow.
Yeah, so he invited us to the drag racing, and it's just really cool to be part of that whole culture. So yeah,
These customers that are just so happy coming back.
well,
for
thank
more,
you.
so. Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So that's a wrap for this episode of Behind Shop Doors. My partner Bryce and I want to give a huge shout out to the team and the owners of Surf City Graphics. Here they are the best. If you need any type of vinyl or vehicle wrap in Southern California or of course Huntington Beach, give them a call. They're the best. Also, we want to give a huge shout out to all of our subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. We want to please encourage you to invite your friends and continue to subscribe and watch our channel. We're a totally new channel, and Wrap TV World has grown so much, and we're so grateful. Also, one last thing, if you do need a vehicle wrap and you're anywhere in the USA or Canada, you can go to WePrintWraps.com where you can actually order a vehicle wrap online and get it shipped right to your door. So again, we're here for you. We're going to deliver all kinds of awesome vehicle wrap content, so continue to watch and subscribe to Wrap TV World. Our next episode is in Denver, and that's going to be coming out soon, so stay tuned, y'all.